And Shubhamay Bhattacharjee, Senior Economic Affairs Journalist, joins us for more on this story. Mr. Bhattacharjee, thanks for being with us. Now, large ships are being treated as infrastructure. So how will this help in long-term development of the maritime sector?
You know, as per our infrastructure regulations, there has to be an official declaration of a sector as infrastructure. So this was a step that was announced in the budget, and it has been made operational very fast. What it means is that ships of above a certain deadweight tonnage will now get additional support in terms of the financing from banks and other financial institutions to be built in India. That's very big because India is trying to position the Indian shipbuilding industry as a cutting edge technology, as a very major technology for which India has got lots of advantages. Those had not been used so far, but those advantages can now start to come, and the first stage is getting the financing plan right. So by getting the infrastructure status to large ships, we are basically saying that ocean-going ships, right from Panamax onwards to Africaps and Aframax and others, and going on to the what is called the VLCC, very large cargo
vessels.
All of these will now be made and can be progressively be made in India. And remember, with new technology, or rather advanced technology, the green technology. So that's very big.
So, Mr. Bhattacharjee, also from cruise terminals to sea walls, to ship repair hubs, how equipped is India to achieve the self-reliance that the Prime Minister is talking about? From chips to ships should be made in India, is what he said.
Absolutely. And the big thing about ships is that shipbuilding is a very labor employment intensive industry. Among many industries that we are now seeing becoming AI driven, you can be sure that the shipbuilding industry is one of the least affected. Why? Because it needs machinery at a large scale, but it also needs massive amount of labor. So anywhere where the shipbuilding industry expands, that produces a fantastic amount of employment opportunity. That's a very important point to remember. The second part is that these ships, because they have got enough amount of what is called backward linkages, they lead to a very strong progressive industrialization in those areas. So shipyards have extremely beneficial impact on any area where they become the mother lode. And big ships, typically for India, the big advantage would be that these ships made in India would naturally be much cheaper, and they will create the benefits which the Indian economy so badly needs.
Okay, indeed. So India is also, is India equipped to take on foreign shipping firms, because there's a lot of competition in the sector? I'm talking about commercial shipping. And what more needs to be done, to support this maritime sector from the commercial point of view?
Yeah, in fact, as you said, in the earlier question also, you had referred to the cruise tourism at foreign shipping lines. So basically, the point is that you got to develop quality step by step, or you got to develop the capacity also step by step. So cruise tourism, surprisingly, India has actually started on a very powerful note. Mumbai has become the Mumbai port. I'm not talking about JNPT, but the Mumbai port is becoming the first place where there's a lot of interest and a lot of work that's happening on cruise tourism. Cruise tourism has actually been looked at as a very interesting area, again, with its combination of labor intensity, with its ability to create fast turnaround, and the fact that India can offer a lot in terms of the cruises. So there's a lot that can come, and that is what is being looked at by cruise tourism. The second part is about the Indian ships being able to compete globally, with both in terms of the manufacturing capacity as well as in terms of the competition with the foreign shipping lines. In both, remember the shipping industry has what is called the late movers advantage, in the sense that the technology that now India will be using will be largely be green. And that combined with the fact that India is now positioning many of its ports as hydrogen hubs, mean that these ships will actually be in a much more advantageous position because of the global concern about the impact that shipping has on global pollution. So these ships can actually provide us that benefit, because the vintage shipping lines which are already there, shipyards that are already there, for them the problem is to shift to the new technology. We don't have that problem. So we can go in straight to the latest technology, and that is a big advantage that India will hopefully be able to garner.
So when we're talking about, an investment of 34,200 crore rupees into the sector, what kind of, a multiplier effect are we likely to see? What kind of jobs are going to be created?
If you talk about multiplier, then that's phenomenal. The shipping industry's multiplier is one of the highest among all industries. It runs to something like 4 to 5 times, and that's a very major number. In terms of the jobs, as we just discussed, the shipping industry is highly labor intensive, and it promises to remain so because of the very nature of the industry, which is why we in fact have the advantage that we can train. We already have the largest number of the mariners in the world. We train those. But now the second phase, which is the training of people to build ships, can also become a very large employment intensive sector. Both of these make shipping a very, very powerful value addition.
We'll leave it there. Thank you very much, Mr. Shubham Bhattacharjee, Senior Economic Journalist. Thank you for putting that into perspective for us.